BBC Radio Derby.
3:15, Monday afternoon, 14th of December. My two guests today have brought us a new Christmas classic. It's called One Beautiful Christmas Day. So here they are to tell us all about it. Stage star Kerry Ellis, who's been in many things, including Wicked and We Will Rock You, and Brian May, who's been in Queen. So it's back on Friday that I got to talk to them. And as you probably work out, I was quite giddy.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Steve.
Thrilled to be able to talk to the both of you. I'm fine. Hopefully you're good as well. Well, Brian, obviously I've got to ask about you. How is your health at the moment?
I'm pretty good, thanks. Yeah, I'm on that steep road to recovery, and my new religion is physio. I just exercise every day, and it's become a thing, you know, and I love it. It's a thread for getting physically back on top, and it's also great for the mind. So yeah, this is what I do. I get on my bike and I swim, and I'm just cracking on, getting back. I feel good. Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
I think everybody was concerned about you earlier in the year, and it was a bit of a shock. So it's nice to be able to speak with you. And Kerry, how are you this afternoon?
Yeah, very good. Brian's actually flying the flag. I mean, I think we want to keep it to keep us all positive, and especially when it's cold, it's not easy to get out there. But it's all good. No, I'm very good. Thank you.
And what we need then is a festive song. And Kerry, Brian, you've done it. So who approached who, and how did it all come about?
Oh, shall I go first?
Oh, yeah, go first. Go for it.
Well, I came from Kerry and these two great writers that she works with, Andy and John in Manchester. And the song was quite embryonic when I heard it, but it had an amazing feel. It felt very jolly about Christmas. It didn't actually say much about Christmas, but it had that feel. So being me, my arrogant self, I kind of waded in and said, oh, let's do this and this and this. And Kerry said, let's do this. And let's go in and actually polish it up and put it out. So Kerry kind of drove us to actually make it happen as a Christmas record. And having done that, of course, if you're going to do things, you've got to do them properly. So I waded in and became my obsessive self. And there it is.
And Kerry, do you find Brian obsessive? Oh, that's
well,
a telling laugh, isn't it?
once he gets into something, that's it. You know, he's fully committed. But you know what? That's the brilliant thing about it. You know, I was kind of quite casual, and we had this song, and he played on it, and I was really proud of it. But I said, oh, let's just put it out, and so I was like, okay, great.
It's not so easy to get heard. You know, even you might think it's easy for me, being rock star and whatever. But, you know, it's not that easy. You have to convince people to play the thing. You know, if it's not played, then people don't hear it, and it doesn't become part of their lives. So it's still the same old game you have to play. And we're very grateful to you for playing it and for giving us this time. Yeah. So thanks.
Kerry, you've been sort of together doing things on and off with Brian for many years now, including, of course, the amazing We Will Rock You. Now, of course, regular listeners will know I'm not big into musicals. Hands up with this. However, this one I did like. It's Queen. What's not to like? I mean, the whole experience for you must have been so exciting.
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, it was something it was still relatively quite new, you know, to do a musical with songs that people already knew, you know, that were from, you know, superstars. And it was an incredible time for us. We were quite a young cast. We were all in our early 20s, and we were playing the Dominion Theatre, singing Queen songs, and, you know, playing to standing ovations and packed houses at the Dominion, and all thinking we're rock stars and having an experience of a lifetime. It was quite an unusual show for that. We were on all the television shows. We were playing to big open air performances like Hyde Park, and it was just we did the Queen's Jubilee. Brian played on the roof. It was just one of those shows when all the stars aligned and everything happened, and it really did make its mark. And people have grown to love it, and it's a bit of history now, and hopefully it will come back when the theatres open, and it'll be one of our landmarks again.
Brian, of course, the research to be done on you before any interview, I think from a personal experience of somebody like me, you don't really need to do much because it's all, through your life. But Kerry's just mentioned something there that had completely passed me by and completely forgotten about. You on the roof. I mean, absolutely stunning. I mean, what a night.
Oh, thank you. Yes, it was pretty unforgettable. It was life-changing for me, I must say, because the terror that you had to face to do something like that, being a one-off and knowing how far you could fall, not physically off the roof, but if you mess that up, you mess up in front of a billion people, and no one would ever forget that was what you did. So it was a great thing for me because I had to face that fear and get over it and get up there and do it.
Now, one thing that I've seen recently, which I've seen many times over, but for some reason, I think a couple of months ago was doing the rounds on social media again, is the little minute or so long video of you all backstage at Wembley getting ready to go on. And then all of a sudden, Freddie's at the front, and then all of a sudden, there's obviously a cue where it's your turn to go on. Obviously, it's something that you've done in the past many times over, but even watching it on a small box, excuse me, on my phone, on Twitter, gives me such a rush. What must it have been like to have been part of that band, to be able to get out there at Wembley, which you've done, of course, a fair few times, and be able to blow everybody's minds out with your music?
Well, it is like nothing else on earth, I got to tell you. And playing live is that way, and there's an incredible rush and an incredible reward when you hear that sound of kind of people getting excited, and the excitement just builds and builds and builds. It's an amazing thing, and I have to say I do miss it, and I hope we can all get back to doing live shows soon. Yeah, I feel very fortunate. We've had some amazing times touring all around the world, and actually Kerry and I have done some pretty damn good tours around the world with a similar kind of feeling. You feel so privileged to be actually just doing that thing. There's nothing like it in life, is there?
And Kerry, at least you've got something this year that you've actually done, because of course you are a performer and entertainer, and during an afternoon every day I've been talking to people just like you who are trying to make the best of the situation we're in. What is on the horizon? You have this Christmas song out with Brian. What's going to be happening in your life? Fingers crossed, 2021.
Well, I mean, this is meant to be relatively busy with touring, and that's meant to be going all over the world with various concerts and shows. So hopefully all of that will be postponed and happen next year. But yeah, I mean, this song was very important to me to have out at the end of this year because it's been such a difficult time, especially for the arts and people in our industry. I needed something positive to end the year, and it was important that we put it out at this and celebrated people coming together in whatever way that they could do, whether it's online, whether it's, meeting another family outside, whatever that is. But yeah, hopefully next year we'll be out in the cities, in the big concert halls, and we'll be back out there playing live music. I think people are ready, and they want to see live performances. So I can't wait.
Brian, how will you be spending?
Yeah, we're also ready.
Go on, Brian.
How will I be spending Christmas? Yeah, well, I'm the same as Kerry. I'm not going to rush into doing risky things this Christmas because I want to see next Christmas. So, no matter what the government says, I'm going to be incredibly careful. And on Christmas Day, I'll be playing board games with my kids and my grandkids online. And that's a decision we've made as a family. And so it will be a beautiful Christmas Day. It will be just a little bit different. And I'm cool with that. I can postpone the rest of it. It's just one day, like the song says.
Yeah. What's your favourite board game, briefly, Brian?
Oh, board game. Did you say ball game?
Board game.
Board game. My favourite board game is probably Monopoly. We have a fantastic Queen Monopoly game, which I put months of work into, but I don't think most people know about it. I don't know if it's still on sale, but it's in the game. Instead of buying houses and stuff, you're going around playing gigs and building stages. It's a great thing. I don't make any money out of it when they sell it, but I would really recommend it because it's a wonderful thing, and you're playing real gigs that we played. You land on sort of Madison Square Garden or Wembley Stadium.
Well, happy Christmas to both of you. Unfortunately, I'm out of time. Kerry Ellis, Brian May, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
blankets of snow, racing to loved ones all destined for home. I feel it in my bones, soon I will see those faces I love for a perfect winter's memory. It's crazy to think it's just all for one day, but we're here together just for one beautiful Christmas day. I wake up to sounds vibrating my soul, taking my homesickness far from my door. I photograph this moment and capture the scene, counting each blessing I have, the love that's here for me. It's crazy to think it's just all for one day, but we're here together just for one beautiful Christmas day. Scattered and lost and found, but now I'm homeward bound. It's coming back around.
There we go, one beautiful Christmas day from the voice of Kerry Ellis. And that guitar, Brian May, my guests today here at BBC Radio Derby.